6 steps to attracting the right clients that make your business more profitable. We're talking cream of the cream, the dream clients you work with, the clients that have doubled, tripled, or 10x'd your business as part of a long journey. Who are those people? Who are those clients? And how do we create a content portfolio for your business that attracts more of them so that you can build and scale, grow even better, faster for the future? So first of the 6 points, number 1, who are those clients? List them out. Identify who those people are in your business already. Number 2, with that list of people, dive into that avatar. Where are they? Who are they? How did they find you? Number 3, build a list of points to form that avatar. So from all that information that you get from those clients, that will give you this whole character or characters that you're looking to attract. Number 4, what are the questions that they didn't have? So when we look at, there's obviously the FAQs of your industry, that's really great to educate people on those. But also, what are the questions that they never even thought to ask? The things that you can educate them on and help position yourself as the authority to spark an idea in their mind to work with you. Number 5, create a plethora of content in all different mediums, video, written, image form, to make sure you can convey your message time and time again and drip feed it. And number 6, do not worry about being too specific. A lot of people fear being too specific and they're concerned that they'll put off people that don't fit the exact specificity. However, we disagree. By being specific, you're speaking directly to the dream client, but in addition, although you're being specific, you will still attract people that aren't necessarily that exact avatar. We don't remember all the information we receive, and people are going to be thinking about themselves anyway. So even if they don't align with that exact person, you're still speaking to them. But ultimately, remember, who do you want to attract? But of course, in this here YouTube video, let's dive into much more detail around each of those points. Firstly, review your clients. Who are the dream ones? Now, hopefully you've got some sort of CRM system and you're using brilliant accounting software. We recommend Xero, no affiliation. We just recommend it because we've used it and it's great and it's got a lot of helpful tips. Disclaimer, we haven't used other services. But from that can help you understand, because don't always assume. I think something in business is to always assume, always assume your assumptions are wrong, and always go on the data. If you're thinking, oh, this is my best client, actually look and dissect, because it's not just about the client that pays you the most revenue, it's about who's the most profitable. And by that, you need to dissect the work that you're doing for them, understand what margins you're achieving, and therefore, with that accurate data, you can then establish who they are. So make sure to do a really deep dive in knowing, and this is something where we really recommend having a business coach if this is not something you know how to do yourself. Business coaches can be hugely beneficial to really understand your business inside out, understand the data and what to analyze and how to analyze it to gather that exact specific avatar. Number 2, we said about dive into those avatars. Get to know them on a deeper level. And so with your best clients, you're probably only gonna have a handful, if that. As we said, we're looking for the real dream clients. Who are they? If you're having regular catch-ups with your clients, that's brilliant. No one's ever really been disappointed with too good of a customer service. In fact, everyone's often disappointed by customer service. And of course, this can just be a case of getting to know them better. And it's about, make it about them. You're not contacting them and catching up because you want to attract more clients. You're reaching out to them because you want to know them better and understand how you can better service them. And that is not just about looking at the future, it's also about diving into the past and understanding their journey from the start to today and into the future. And that is, of course, all going to be beneficial to you building that content portfolio for your business. So get on the phone, get on the emails, arrange a time to actually speak to them. You may not have a relationship where you can go and grab a coffee together or take them for lunch or something. Ideally, if you can spend a good amount of time and have a list of questions you can dive into, that'd be really helpful. And it will, again, build a stronger relationship and a stronger rapport. And you may find that dream client becomes a exponentially better dream client because they feel they know you on such a better level and they've elevated their trust and therefore want to do more business with you. So there's only going to be benefits to come from this. But if you can't, I'd just recommend getting on the phone, speak to them directly, make sure they've got the time to chat and just dive into a bit about them. And as I said, like, I need to reiterate this point, make it about them. You're not ringing because you want to do something, you want to extract information to make your life better and more profitable. You're contacting them because you want to understand them better, but it's just obviously a secondary benefit is you can then use that information to attract more people. Number 3, you now have the information you need to build that avatar, to understand who it is that you want to market to draw in. The more detail you can go into, the better, and really understand the pains that they experience, the frustrations, what are they angry about. Understand where you're going to find them, who they are. It may not be a business owner if you're like obviously breaking into your business of, is it B2B, is it B2C? If you're serving businesses, is it necessarily the owner, is it the CEO, is it a director, is it the marketing, the sales director, or is it HR manager? Who is the person that you need to speak to that has the purchasing power, the decision power in order to decide? And of course that's going to govern the social platform that you then start going into. That's not what this video is about, but of course if you are B2B, it's more likely going to be somewhere, it's more likely going to be LinkedIn. If you're B2C, it's more likely going to be the domestic market, where it's more a case of like Facebook and Instagram and such. That's not to say it's always the way, but I can't reiterate enough, is the more information you've got on that, really understand them, really empathize with them, really speak to them in a way that helps them feel heard, listened and respected, that will therefore attract them in. Number 4, what are the questions that they didn't ask? And this is a really, really valuable point that I used in my first company. I had a seasonal business, and what that meant is there's times of year where you're really quite quiet, and so there's a great opportunity there to educate people on what can be done and give them some ideas, because often it can be a case of while there's a quiet period, there's stuff to be done, but there can be proactive stuff to be done that will then help the busy period for them. And you can often, with this point, you can turn average clients that are averagely profitable into really profitable dream clients, because you're able to educate them on what else you can do for them and put in their mind the ideas. And it's just a case of educating them on that. So people are going to have FAQs in their industry. You're no doubt having to answer them a lot of the time, and of course that gives you great ideas of where to investigate. But what are the questions that people don't think to ask? And even people in your own industry, this is something really common, that people in their own industry don't even answer it. They just wish that life would work in a way that people are calling them when the phone is dead. Is what can you speak to them? What can you educate them on that will make them think about you in a way that's about them? And if that's confusing, hopefully not. But it's not about, we need the business right now because we're quiet. It's about, have you considered this idea? We know you're likely to be thinking about it in this time, and at this point it may be a bit too late, or we may not be able to sufficiently serve you at the highest level of quality that we can. However, right now, by being proactive, we can put the steps in place and have something for you that's ready, because although you may start to think about it at this point in the year, it's actually too late, and you need to think about it now. Being able to educate your clients on that kind of information is going to help position your authority and then attract them in, and as we said, make average clients dream clients. Number 5, make content around all of those points. What is it that you can create to educate them on all of that? And it's about exploring different mediums. Video content being conversational or being just yourself, but around 2 to 5 minutes. I don't really feel that as a small business you need to make anything longer, but also in real form where it's 5 to 60 seconds. You'll be astonished what you can actually communicate effectively in 5 seconds. If you just speak really specifically to one thing, and that can be the hook that draws people in to consume more of your content, to see how your business can help them. But everybody has a different need. While most of us, just the way the mind works, we like to consume video content. That is why apps such as TikTok, although we don't recommend small businesses to use it, and there's a whole reason behind that, but get in touch with us if you want to know. But video, you're able to communicate through body language, through tone, whereas a blog article, you're limited to just words. However, you can still have a lot of power in the way you communicate through your words. So make sure you turn it into a full plethora of content so you can drip feed that message time and time again. Number 6, do not worry about being too specific. Many of us, many business owners get too worried around whether it's like their elevator pitch when they're out networking or in the content they consume. They want to try and say, oh, we serve anyone, because if we serve anyone, everyone will come to us. No, that's never the case. How many people do you know called anyone? No one. There's a whole poem somewhere that really speaks well on this. But the more specific you can be, the more you're going to speak directly to an individual. When it comes to actually attracting people, you're looking for one specific individual. You just need multiple of those specific individuals. So it's about how can you speak to them personally and get a like, oh my God reaction where they're thinking, how do you know me so well? And that's by being specific. And like at Pink Panda, our portfolio of content we build for ourselves, we'll dive into all kinds of specificity. Although in this, it's about how to attract your ideal client, but then we will explore that as the time goes on, months and years goes on. We'll explore that into, as a plumber, what is your ideal client? How do you attract your ideal client as a plumber? As a gardener, as an accountant, how do you identify it? All in the same category, and then exploring that through different categories as well. We'll pick on accountants or gardeners, whatever it is, we'll pick on people and then create a whole plethora of content just on those people. And we may be speaking about accountants and how to find their ideal client, but an industry completely unrelated, gardeners for example, they're not accountants. However, as they see the content anyway, they may find, wow, they really know how to attract people for accountants. I wonder if they can do that for my company and help me create content for my business to attract my dream client. Of course we can. So you can never be too specific.